Good morning. I'm sure I look like a mess, but I have been crafting all morning, and I will add in the ice cream, the fake ice cream that I made in, let me show you these little containers I bought because they are super cute. I bought these little containers at the dollar store, and I put 2 scoops of fake ice cream in that and added hot fudge over the top of it, and I took 2 of these candies, took them out of here, of course, and then I sprayed them with 3 coats of clear acrylic spray paint. I tried Mod Podging them, but when I painted them on here, the colors bled. So when I just put them on a piece of parchment paper and sprayed them outside, I let them dry, flipped them over, sprayed it, let it dry. I did that 3 times, and so they're well coated, so no ants will be attracted to them. And like I said, I'll show you that at the end. But for right now, I am going to make some homemade silicone molds. I'm going to be making a mold for this. And then I taped the end of a cell phone charger, and I'm going to make a mold of this kind of oval shape because my daughter wanted me to make her a clear oval pendant that has lavender flower in it. So I'm going to attempt to do that. So we're going to point this camera down and we're going to get started with how to make a silicone mold. Bear with me. This is my very first time doing it, so I am going to do the best I can. I have 2 measuring cups here. One is in milliliters and one is in cups. So I looked up, a quarter of a cup would equal about 59 millimeters. So this is what I'm going to be mixing it with. And then you're going to add some baby oil to it, some white silicone, and some cornstarch, and some paint if you want your molds to be a color. Anyway, let's point this camera down and let's start making some molds. Okay, so to get this mold going, you have your silicone mold, and I'm going to be filling a quarter of a cup, and we'll see how much that makes. So you just want to squeeze it in there. If I got my tip opened, which it doesn't look like I have it open wide enough, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so as it happens a lot when you use a dang gun, for some reason it wasn't working. So I just took, you can see that right there, that's the bottom part of this, so I just stinking took it out because I'm not going to mess with it. So I'm just going to scoop this out. Because I am determined to make some molds. I'm just going to go and scoop it out. It's a little bit more messier, but I really don't care. And I'm trying to get to the measurement that I want. I'm just going to put just a little bit more just to make sure. Clean up these edges so I can put this back cap back on. Of course, hair, as always, when you have pets. So I'm just going to kind of scrape this off with my finger and try to clean this up so that way when I put this cap back in place, hopefully I'll still be able to use it. I'm not going to push it in all the way, that way I can get it back out if it lets me. Maybe I will have to push it in all the way. Just going to let it sit for a second. Maybe I'll tape it. Okay, I'm going to clean up my fingers, and then I'm going to tape this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I cleaned up my little area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the paint. Just made a bigger mess, but that's okay. Wow, this stuff is like really sticky. Gosh darn it. Okay. Some of the stuff off my fingers. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of paint just to give it color. And I'm going to mix it up. Get the stuff that's at the top. Mix down to the bottom. Another thing I like about these is they're so flexible that the stuff that's on the stick, I can just wipe it right off by pinching. Okay, so I got it nice and mixed. So then I'm going to add my cornstarch. And this is the 50 mark right here. My fingernail is. So they said about 56, so I'll add just a little bit more. Get my other little tool. I can't find it. Oh, it's right here in front of my face. I'm just going to kind of scrape that in. Just a little bit more. Okay, and then you're supposed to put some on the working surface. And let's see how this works. So you dump it in. And then you mix it. Scrape the sides to get all of that silicone off the sides so it'll be easier for me to clean when I'm done. Okay. Trying to get like way down there so I can get this stuff out of here. So then you dump it out. It's still a little sticky, so it's going to need some cornstarch on it. I'm going to add a little bit in here just so I can get the rest of that out of there. Kind of mix it around, make it stick. And they're not kidding, the silicone is very tacky. So scrape up as much as I can of it. Okay, so then you're supposed to knead it. And apparently you knead it until it's not tacky like that anymore. And if it gets tacky, you just add a little bit of cornstarch, but you don't want it to stick to your fingers. And I also forgot I was supposed to add a little bit of baby oil, but I'll just put a drop in it now. A little bit more cornstarch because this stuff is sticky. Look at that. That way. Whenever sticky stuff is left on my hands, it should just right off. Okay, it's starting to get sticky again, so I think I'm done kneading it. Let's see how this works. Scrape some of this aside. So then you're supposed to, I'm going to actually try to make 2 separate molds. I'm trying to get it to where these okay. I'm just going to kind of let that sit like that. I'm going to work on this one. This will be the smaller one for the heart that I'm trying to do. Roll it in a ball. The bumps out of the way. Just let the powder down. I want to try to make it thick because I don't want my mold to be too thin. So then you press in the object that you want to make a mold out of. Make sure it doesn't come up. And I wanted to make a mold out of this charger end. So I'm just going to press it in there. I want it to be kind of thick because, like I said, I want to put a lilac flower in there. I just want to make sure that it stays in there. So we will check back later and see if this worked. I'm going to clean up the edges on this one because I don't like the way it came out. You know what? I think I'm going to actually put cornstarch on this because I just want to make sure that it does not stick. So let me wipe this off. Roll this again. I'm hoping this works. Like I said, bear with me. Never did this before. I think this is a cool, inexpensive way to make molds if this really works. So I'm excited to see if it does. I'm going to put some cornstarch down there because it's starting to stick. Press it down again. Add a little bit of cornstarch to my item. Now that I've made it a complete mess, I'm going to clean this up so I don't waste video. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cleaned up and I decided I had just a little bit left after I cleaned, so I'm going to do a mold of my little peppermint disc because I figured I can do these in clear or I can add paint to them and make my own little candies like butterscotch candy, green candies, whatever. But if you notice, there's like just a little bit of cracks in there. What I was doing is taking my fingernail and I'm just kind of trying to smooth it out because when it dries, I really don't want my molds to have any cracks in them. I honestly don't know how they're going to turn out because I've never done this before, but I want to try to give it the best chance possible. So there's that one. And then this heart came from those dollar store twinkle lights. So I thought that would make a really cute like cookie. So I went ahead and made one of those. And I wanted to make sure it didn't come through the bottom. So I'm hoping this is going to be thick enough to make what I'm hoping it'll make. If not, I'll turn it into something else. And then, of course, this will be the oval that I'm making for my daughter's pendant that she wanted. Again, I'm hoping I'm making these thick enough. If I'm not, then lesson learned and we'll do it again. But right now, there's the molds that I have finished. Sorry about the sunlight getting in. Hopefully you guys can see this without too much sun. Let's try to move this camera over. Maybe this way. But anyway, they were super easy to make. I'm hoping they turn out. I will be back when they dry and we'll see how they go. Even if they don't turn out, I am going to go ahead and show the end of it. Because like I said, art is basically learn as you go. So we'll see how this goes. I'll see you in a bit. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I want to see how my little molds came out. Sorry I didn't put on any makeup or do my hair, but I just rolled out of bed, got my coffee, and I wanted to check to see how these came out because I was so excited to make my own silicone molds. As you just watched the video, it was very, very messy. I think the things that I did wrong was I should have put talcum powder like on my hands, maybe a little bit more down on the thing because as it got sticky, it was a mess in here. But I wanted to show you that, especially my mixing cup that I have for my resin, how dirty it was. It came out super clean. how I did that was I just poured some more of the cornstarch into here and took my little spoon and kind of just like went around, and the cornstarch made obviously the silicone peel away from the cup. So I managed to get everything super clean down to these little cups, down to the bowl I was using. So everything turned out great. So we're going to check out the molds, and we're also going to check out another faux dessert that I made yesterday that I want to do right now after we show, there's no we, there's me, maybe the people in my head. But I go over the molds and how they came out, I want to show you the other dessert that I made. It's super easy. I nailed it the first time. It is the cutest thing ever. So let's turn this video, get into, did these molds work out? Did they not work out? And let's do the next dessert. Okay, so here's the little silicone molds that I made. This is obviously the next day, so let's see how they worked out. So this one, I made this shape because my daughter wanted a piece of lilac to go into a clear one. So wow, that one came out really good. Came out nice and deep. That's going to be perfect to put like a layer of the resin first and then the lilac and then resin over. Perfect. Happy with that. This just has some tape on the bottom of it that I can take off. There's another piece, but I'll clean it off later. This one I made so I can make my own little candies, because if I'm going to be continuing to do these faux desserts, I want to be able to have options to make the candies I want to make and paint them, because to tell you the truth, it's really hard to seal these. I was going to try, after I get some resin mixed up, I'm going to take another, candy, and I'm going to cover it in resin, see how that goes. But I've tried many different ways to cover these, except for the spraying the colors in the candy blended. So the only thing that did work was the spray clear acrylic, but I don't want to keep doing that because it gets expensive. So I decided I want to make my own candies. Woo, that one popped out. Here it goes. That'll be a nice little candy mold. And then I can make butterscotch candies, the spirit ones, peppermint ones, whatever ones I can think of. I think that's going to be super cute. So there's that one. This is the one that came off of the twinkle lights behind me. I haven't gotten a battery yet to turn them on. But I figured, wow, look at the kind of the detail in that. It almost looks like those little sugar cookies. So I thought that would be really cute. So let's pop this one out. Came out perfect. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to put my little light back where it goes on the string behind me. I'm going to mix up some resin, and I'm going to pour these and see, did they really work? But I also want to show you what's going to be in the next video. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm just going to make a video about it. It's super easy. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it before I even pour my resin, because this is just a total separate thing anyway. And I got to find some lavender to stick in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to make molds. I'm going to load that one right now. And as soon as that one is loaded, we're going to go into the next one. And maybe I will give you a sneak peek, because it is super cute. And I can't load it till this one's loaded anyway. So here we go. This is what's coming up next. How cute is that? Yes, we are going to make ice cream in a cup. But look at that. Look at how shiny that came out. Look at how real that came out. See how I put the ice cream in there and gave it breaks in it to make it look like it's actual ice cream. Super cute, super easy. So this will be the next video after the mold one loads. So here we go. We're going to load this one. We're going to make the faux ice cream. And right after the faux ice cream, I am going to pour the molds and we're going to see how everything comes out. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.